Step-by-step guide to addressing customs bond paperwork discrepancies. Welcome to the Customs Bond Paperwork Discrepancies video. In this video, we will discuss what customs bond paperwork discrepancies are, why they happen, and how to resolve them. We will also provide some tips on how to avoid these discrepancies in the future. What are customs bond paperwork discrepancies? Customs bond paperwork discrepancies are any errors or omissions in the documentation that is submitted to customs in order to secure a bond. These discrepancies can include incorrect or missing information, such as the value of the goods, the country of origin, or the consignee. Why do customs bond paperwork discrepancies happen? There are a number of reasons why customs bond paperwork discrepancies can happen. Some of the most common reasons include human error. The most common cause of customs bond paperwork discrepancies is simply human error. This can include mistakes made when entering information into the paperwork, or when preparing the documents. Inaccurate information. Another common cause of customs bond paperwork discrepancies is inaccurate information. This can happen when the information on the paperwork is not correct, or when it is not up to date. Omissions. Omissions are another common cause of customs bond paperwork discrepancies. This can happen when important information is left off of the paperwork, or when required documents are not submitted. How to resolve customs bond paperwork discrepancies. If you are aware of a customs bond paperwork discrepancy, it is important to take steps to resolve it as soon as possible. The sooner you resolve the discrepancy, the less likely it is to cause problems. There are a few different ways to resolve customs bond paperwork discrepancies. The best way to resolve the discrepancy will depend on the specific nature of the discrepancy. If the discrepancy is due to human error, you can simply correct the error and resubmit the paperwork. If the discrepancy is due to inaccurate information, you will need to provide updated information to customs. If the discrepancy is due to omissions, you will need to provide the missing documents to customs. Once you have resolved the discrepancy, you will need to contact customs to let them know that you have done so. Customs will then review the paperwork and make a decision on whether or not to issue the bond. Tips for avoiding customs bond paperwork discrepancies. The best way to avoid customs bond paperwork discrepancies is to take steps to prevent them from happening in the first place. Here are a few tips for avoiding these discrepancies. Double-check your paperwork before submitting it to customs. Make sure that all of the information is correct and that you have included all of the required documents. Keep your information up to date. Make sure that the information on your paperwork is accurate and up to date. Be aware of the required documents. Make sure that you are aware of all of the required documents for your specific bond. By following these tips, you can help to avoid customs bond paperwork discrepancies and ensure that your bond is issued smoothly. Customs bond paperwork discrepancies can be a hassle, but they can be resolved if you take the necessary steps. By understanding what these discrepancies are, why they happen, and how to resolve them, you can help to ensure that your bonds are issued smoothly and without any problems.